Welcome to video lecture on management and entrepreneurship for IT industry. In this video, I'll discuss what is leadership and various leadership styles. Directing and leading lies at the heart of management as managers are expected to get the work done through the people. It is necessary to influence the people and provide them support and guidance so that they may execute the work assigned to them wholeheartedly. Leading is the one of the basic primary elements of directing. Now we'll explore what is leadership and its various styles. Leadership is a process which managers use to guide, direct, and influence the work of their subordinate in the desired direction. Importance of leadership are: leaders guide and inspire subordinates. They build good work environment. They build confidence in followers. They secure cooperation from groups. They act as a change agent. They are the representative of the followers. They develop great vision. The leaders guide and inspire subordinate. A leader has to not only supervise but also play a guiding role for the subordinates. Guidance here means instructing the subordinate the way they have to perform their work effectively and efficiently. Leaders build good work environment. Management is getting things done by people. Any efficient work environment helps in the sound and stable growth. Therefore, human relations should be kept into mind by a leader. He should have personal contact with employees and should listen to their problems and solve them. He should treat employees in humanitarian terms. Leaders build confidence in followers. Confidence is an important factor which can be achieved through expressing the work efforts to the subordinate, explaining them clearly their role and giving them guidance to achieve the goals effectively. It is also important to hear the employees with regard to their complaints and problems. Leaders secure cooperation and coordination from the group. Coordination or cooperation can be achieved through reconciling personal interests with the organizational goals. This synchronization can be achieved through the proper and effective coordination, which should be primary motive of a leader. Manager act as a change agent. Manager is naturally a change agent. A change agent is an individual who promotes and supports a new way of doing something within the organization. The leader is the representatives of the followers. That is, in an organization, the subordinates are represented by the leader or the manager to the higher authority or higher level of management. Leaders develop great vision. Vision helps the leader work on what is important to achieve the end result and not get caught up in the middle of the staff. A leadership style is a leader's method of providing direction, implementing plans, and motivating people. The various leadership styles are Autocratic leadership style, Democratic leadership style, Laissez-faire leadership style, Bureaucratic leadership style, Charismatic leadership style, Servant leader, Quiet leader, Transactional leader, Transformational leader, and Situational leadership style. Autocratic or authoritative leadership styles. In the autocratic style of leadership, the leader takes the decision on his own without consulting his subordinate. That is, One individual controls all the decisions and has total authority, and leaders do not consult the followers. And autocratic leaders take full responsibility and full esteem for the work. In autocratic leadership style, leader expect the subordinate to simply follow the diktat and the commands given by the leader. And here there is no scope for team decision making. This kind of leadership style is suitable for small business with fewer employees, the companies where character of the work requires very fast decision making without consulting a large group of people. In autocratic leadership style, the leader have the authority and control to take all decision. And this kind of leader delegate the task rarely to the employees and subordinate. The advantages and disadvantages of autocratic leadership style. The advantages are this type of leadership style is effective when the decision making process requires very small duration, that is, decision has to be taken very quickly, and disadvantages are this kind of leadership usually follows one-way communication and the leader take unilateral decision, and this kind of leadership is stressful on the followers, and it it may lose the creativity of the employee or the subordinate since they are not expressing their views on ideas. The democratic or participative leader involves subordinate, peers, superiors, and other stakeholders in the decision making process rather than taking the decision on his own. This style is helpful in winning the confidence of the people who would later be involved into the implementation of decision. Open and collegial leadership style in which members of the group take participation in the decision making process. Here, power and authority are distributed between the employees and the managers. This kind of leadership style is suitable for companies where a decision is very complex. The advantages and disadvantages of participative leadership style. Advantages: it creates a collaborative workspace or workplace. This kind of leadership style wins the confidence of the people who are involved in the implementation of decision. Disadvantages: here, the decision making process depends on the knowledge of the followers, and decision making process takes long duration, that is, long decision making cycles. Next type of leadership style is laissez-faire or free reinforcement or delegation leadership style. In delegation leadership style, the little control is exercised by the free rein leader over his subordinate to allow them in a high degree of freedom. So, this type of leaders are leave it alone or let it be type of leaders. Here, authority is given to employees. Leaders allow group members to make the decision, and they give the least possible guidance to the subordinate. This style is preferred when the leader is fully confident about the capabilities of the subordinate in setting their own goals and achieving the same. However, the leader communicates regularly with his subordinates to provide them advices and resources as and when needed. This kind of leadership style is suitable or used in startup companies where innovation is vital. Laissez-faire leadership can be productive and efficient also in points where staff members are highly skilled and motivated and capable. The advantages or pros of the leadership style. It encourages the personal growth and innovation. It allows faster decision making since group members are allowed to make decisions. Disadvantages. This kind of leadership style lack the role clarity and it takes low accountability and highly and well educated staff are required. Hence, this leadership style is costlier. Next type of leadership style is bureaucratic. Bureaucratic leaders work by the book and expect their subordinate to follow the procedures strictly. This style of leadership is prevalent in the public sectors unit. Bureaucratic leadership style is based upon fixed official duties under a hierarchy of authority, applying a system of rules and management and decision making. This leadership style is thus laced with heavy controls, which may be demotivating for employees but is deemed helpful in standardization of process and reducing corruption. This kind of leadership style is suitable for government sector units and for performing routine tasks or usage of delegate tools or equipment. The advantages of bureaucratic leadership styles are this kind of leadership style practices are created and they are the best practices and it discourages favoritism and this kind of leadership is predictable. That is, the action of leader is predictable since they follow set of procedure or rules. Here, if the manager or the leader changes but the practices will not change in this kind of leadership style. The disadvantages of bureaucratic leadership styles are it has a structure which has limited forward movement and the employees does not have freedom. It does not offer freedom for creativity. Next kind of leadership style is charismatic leadership style. Charismatic leaders have the charisma and the charm to induce their followers to follow them wholeheartedly. This kind of leadership is based on the leader's skill to communicate and behave in the ways that reach the followers and in an emotional way. Charismatic leaders inspire people to do their task better. It involves maturity, humility, compassion, substance, and positive body language. Charismatic leaders carry a lot of responsibility for the future of the organization. The advantages of charismatic leadership styles are the charismatic leader has the ability to affect the change in the organization. Charismatic leader boosts the creativity, motivation, production, and satisfaction of the subordinate. The disadvantages of charismatic leader are the followers are over reliant on the leader and the subordinate has lack of clarity among themselves. Next type of leadership style is servant leadership style. It begins with a natural feeling that one wants to serve first. The goal of the leader is to serve. Leader focus on the needs of others before you consider his own needs. Example, a supervisor of a sales team shows their team members they are a servant leader By always being willing to do the same work they ask their team members to do. It is clear that, unlike leadership approaches with a top down hierarchical style, servant leadership instead emphasizes collaboration, trust, empathy, and ethical use of power. At heart, the individual is a servant first, making the conscious decision to lead in order to better serve others, not to increase their own power. The objective is to enhance the growth of individual in the organization and increase teamwork and personal involvement. Example for this kind of leadership is Infosys Narayan Murthy. The advantages of this type of leadership style is increased follower trust and satisfaction, promotes follower engagement and creativity. Disadvantages are it is time consuming and more effort is required for the servant to become a leader. It is difficult to balance his own needs when the servant becomes the leader. Next type of leadership style is quiet leadership style. The approach of quiet leader is the aesthesis of the classic characteristic leader in that they base their success not on ego and force character but on their thoughts and actions. Leaders are compassionate, understanding, open, and approachable, and most importantly, they command their team through the earned respect rather than force of character. The action of leaders speak louder than his own words. People are motivated when they give them credit rather than take it themselves. Quiet leaders don't have the spotlight and publicity on them. They think of the organization rather than themselves. They think of themselves modestly. They often don't even think themselves as a leader. Next type of leadership style is transactional or managerial leadership style. The transaction leader's focus is to get the transaction done smoothly and effectively. The transaction here is the job assigned to the subordinates, which may be a project on hand. The subordinates are expected to obey the leader's order about the accomplishment of the task. If the task is accomplished successfully, the leader may reward the concerned subordinate with incentives. In case of performance is below the expected level, the leader may punish the subordinate. This kind of leadership is based on maintaining the normal flow of operations and on the setting of clear rules and goals for the followers. Here, leader value the structure and process. Here, the focus is on results, supervision, performance, and organization. It is effective in achieving daily targets and short term goals. Advantages of transactional leadership style are it is clearly structured, rewards and penalties are clearly defined. The disadvantages of managerial leadership style are never changes from a strict line and creativity is limited. Next type of leadership style is transactional leadership. Transaction leaders have the capability to transform or radically change organization and individual for their betterment. Here, leaders have the ability to inspire the people to achieve remarkable and gained results. They inspire employees to discover better ways of achieving the goals and target. Leader works with the teams to identify needed change, creating a vision to guide the change through inspiration and executing the change in tandem with committed members of a group. They create trust and loyalty in their followers and staff. Advantages of transformational leadership style are it encourages change, it keeps the company open, honest, and ethical. Disadvantages of transformation leadership style are that followers are dependent on leader and the leaders have the power and they can manipulate. Last type of leadership style is situational leadership style. The situational leadership theory is based on the premise that no single leadership style suits every possible situation. The leader has to adapt his style for the suitable requirement of the situation on hand. Here, choosing the right leadership style for the right people is the theory. There is no best style of leadership and it is all depend on the situation. The situational leader evaluates their team or organization by simply asking about the current situation of the organization. The advantages of situational leadership style are: it recognizes the need for flexibility. It creates a comfortable environment for workers. The disadvantages are: it does not account for long term effort or goals. Leaders must be equipped with the skills to respond to complex situations. In this type of leadership style, a leader may prefer the bureaucratic style to train a group of new workers for the operating on a machine, while the same leader may follow the democratic or participative style to seek the improvement ideas for the process from a group of workers having the past experience. In this video, I have discussed what is leadership and various leadership styles which are effective in different types of scenarios.